I think we are live. Fingers crossed, we are live. We'll soon see when people start, hopefully, hopping on. So to those of you watching live and those to you watching on the replay, welcome. I am joined today, oh, by the way, I'm Jo Bevilacqua, and I am joined by the lovely Amy Polly, who started off as a client and has become one of my best friends over the last couple of years. She is so joyful and so amazing at what she does, but above all that, she is just such a lovely person. So I am so chuffed that Amy can join me this morning, and we're going to be talking a bit about her journey, and how maybe working with me has hopefully helped her a little bit on her business journey, and what she does to help other people as well. So for those of you watching, I can see there's a few of you on. Come and say hello, don't be shy. Me and Amy love talking to people. This is going to be about 20 minutes long, so we would love for you, if you're watching live, to be as interactive as possible, and if you're watching on a replay, just type #replay and do get involved in the conversation, because both myself and Amy will come back to the comments afterwards too. So Amy, tell those watching, what is it that you, or who are you, and what do you do?
Who are you? Where are you from? Sounds like a blind date.
What's your name? Where you come from?
So hi everybody, I'm Amy Polly. I'm a mindfulness teacher, speaker and author. I also work for the fire service part-time, because I started my business after maternity leave. I'm head of finance and property there, but I also am strategic lead for mental health and wellbeing, which fits in with my business as well. So I teach mindfulness to entrepreneurs. I have one-to-one clients. I run classes for mums. I run group sessions for, well, anybody really. And it's always evolving. I mean, my goodness, my journey with Jo has been a little bit crazy, I guess, starting out from just this idea. Actually, I didn't even have an idea when I met Jo. I just knew that I wanted to do something to help people with the things that I'd learned. So now I'm working towards more around the consultancy around mental health and wellbeing as well. So mindfulness is amazing with regards to mental health and looking after ourselves, but I want to make that an even bigger impact on people. So looking at mental health and how people look after their wellbeing in general. So yeah, there's a lot of new stuff coming up, but I've already done a lot, and Jo has to remind me about how much I've done, because I sometimes forget to share that.
Do you know what, that's such an important topic actually. Myself and Rosie, who again is a friend and is in the mastermind group, she was saying that actually, that we kind of get together and sometimes we talk and we ask how each other are, and it's always like, oh, I haven't got this done yet, and I haven't got that done yet, and I haven't achieved this yet. And actually sometimes we just need to stop and we need to reflect on all of the things that we have done every day or every week or every month, and that reflection is really important, isn't it?
Yeah, and I remember, as I said, I came without an idea, just a passion when I first met you. And now looking back, from going from a blank piece of paper to, okay, I'm going to do something. I delivered corporate mindfulness sessions. So I did my in-person one after COVID recently, which was absolutely amazing. The feedback was amazing. Just having the confidence to even go there. You know, I've grown so much over the last 18 months. And like I said, just coming from a blank piece of paper and writing a course, creating an 8-week course, like doing all of that. And you know, I say this with my hand on my heart, I would not have been able to do that without you and the rest of the wonderful women in the mastermind. I would have given up, because it's easy to give up.
It is easy to give up, isn't it? I think that's so true. And I think sometimes when you're in business, it can feel really isolating. And it's almost like parenthood, isn't it? That you feel like you're the only one going through these struggles, and looking on the outside, everybody else has got their stuff together, and that they make the best parents or the best business owners, and it's only you, the one that doubts yourself or goes around and around and around in your own head about, should I do this and should I do that, or can I say this and can I say that? When actually I would say 99% of business owners, they all go through that. And especially, and people think that once you've been in business a while, that those doubts leave, but they don't, because as you grow, you go into a new level of your business. There's new problems or new issues or new ideas or new opportunities that come out. And with all of that, there is a level of uncertainty, because as you're leveling up, you're having to use a different type of skill or knowledge, or you need to seek that out. And it's the same in parenting. It's the fact of, as they grow, the challenges aren't any less, they're just different.
Yeah, it's so true. And like you say, if I hadn't have sat in a room with other business owners that were in a space where we feel comfortable to share and then in turn support each other, I would never have found out that other people were sitting at a kitchen table on their own, worrying about what they were doing, or not knowing the way forward, or just feeling like they were lost. And being able to have that space that obviously you create for us, and meeting other people on the same journey, and then actually making friends with them is, it's actually priceless. But it's life changing. It is no doubt excelled me in my business and just in life as well. Like, I feel supported just as a human being, not just as a business owner, which is really magic, to be honest. And I wouldn't have got that sitting at home on my own.
Yeah, I think that's quite funny, and that's really lovely you say that. Actually does make me a little bit emotional. But there's two things that I picked up on there, that people think that business is business and that you can't mix business and personal. I absolutely disagree. Like, when you are a small business owner, your business is personal, and they do entwine with each other. And if you're going through something personally, it will affect your business, and vice versa. If something's going wrong in your business, it is going to affect you personally. You are going to be irritable or stressed or excited or any of those things. You can't separate the two, I don't think. And that's what I love about the space that we create, is actually the mastermind is much about your personal growth and support as much as it is your business growth and support as well. So
absolutely, I don't need a counsellor, because I've got you guys, so I can come and spill my guts, get all that out, and then focus on what I need to do.
Yeah, I think that's true. We should get a couch, shouldn't we, in our office, so we can lay down and we just get it out the way in the morning, and then we can focus on the business in the afternoon. But yeah, I think that support, I think, is really underrated. I feel like people seek out business support because they want to be told the next marketing craze or the one thing that's going to change their business. And there's so many people out there selling that this one thing is going to change your life, and this one thing is going to change your business. And from this one thing, you're going to be a multi-millionaire. And I absolutely am not that person. I'm about that there are different levels of business. There's different pillars that you need to think about. And it's all about building a sustainable business for the longevity. It's not just about, with me, quick wins. That is a bonus. But actually, it's about building a really strong, sustainable business that you can start building, that is going to be a legacy, hopefully, for you or your family, or if you want to exit it in 5 or 10 years and retire, then whatever it is that you want to achieve, we can make happen, not necessarily overnight, but we can put in the stepping stones, and together we can work that out as to how that's going to make sure that what you dream becomes a reality, for sure. So how do you feel now you've joined Mastermind? Like, how would you explain that to somebody else? Because I really struggle.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's really hard to explain, especially I think people who are in business, entrepreneurs or business owners will get it more. It's, people who haven't got a business and ask me, so what do you do? What is it? And it is really hard to explain. But I think people who are in business, who are entrepreneurs, will understand more. But it is hard to articulate and put into words what happens when you are in a room of people that want the best for you, as much as they want that for themselves, who want to see you succeed, who want to give you all the tools that they know. You want us to succeed. You're like a proud mum who's there, like, to have all this information, do all of these things. You can have a gold star. That works with me. I like gold stars. So yes, you might get gold stars. But I think it's really hard to articulate that in words, because a lot of it is around feelings and being held and supported. It's not here's a manual, go and do this and you're going to have a successful business. It's complicated. Life is complicated, business is complicated, it's fucking hard work. Oh, I said an F-bomb. And and it's really hard work. And so I think the main thing for me is that support. So obviously, you know what you're doing. You give us loads of information. You give us tips and tools and that's fine. But, I guess other people could do that, I guess. But you team that with cultivating such a warm, lovely environment of holding each other and supporting each other. And not just in that day when we're together, like in between those days, in the WhatsApp group. If I need you, I'm just like, Joe, help me, please. Can I run something past you? Or when I'm having a win and I'm like, you'll never guess what happened today. And I can't wait to tell you all because I know that you will all understand. You've seen like the hard times, you see the good times. And I think really it's just about having that community, having that support. And yeah, we do learning. We have lots of information, we have lots of tools, but also just knowing that you're not alone and that someone has your back and other people have your back, and to push you forward as well. Like I said, how many times have I sat there? Probably 3 or 4 serious times that I've sat there and said, I am thinking about stopping. And you're just like, no, you're amazing at what you do. Don't. And I'm so grateful because I'm really glad that I haven't given up, because look at the magic that's happened, I'm trying to articulate it. Maybe I have. It's really special. It is really special. It's not just business.
And I think that's so true, isn't there? There are so many times where we all have been through our business journey and have wanted to give up, or have wanted to give up certain parts of our business. And that's natural. And I think that once you meet up with the same people month in, month out, and they get to know you on a level where there's not many people in this world that know you at, no judgment, no egos, and they fully, truly know who you are. They know the bond. The bond is it's unbelievable. And they know the difference between you having a wobbly and wanting to give up something because the confidence isn't there, or you just don't feel like you're making a breakthrough, to actually giving up something that actually is the right thing to give up.
Yeah, I was going to say, Joe, you wouldn't. I know if it wasn't going well or whatever, you would not tell me to keep going if you didn't see something, and you would say to me, I understand, that's okay, and I'm here for you if that's what you want to do. I know you would, but that's not where we're at the minute, so I'm grateful that we're not there. But I know that you would do that if it's not the right thing. You live so with your heart on your sleeve and to do the right by people, and I know that you always do what's right by me. Regardless of you do what's right by me.
Yeah, and I think that's the job of a good mentor, isn't it? And that's why our mastermind groups, I mean, there's, and this isn't to bash anybody else at all, because that's not what I'm about, but there's other people out there that are running mastermind groups with 50 people in there. And for me, that's not how I want to run my mastermind groups. My mastermind groups have no more than 8 people in there, because to me, getting the right people and the right dynamics, and knowing that those people are ambitious, that they can give as well as receive, that they are kind, they're collaborative, that they want to share the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like, for me, that's really important. And I don't ever want somebody to pay me money or be part of my programs and feel unseen or unheard. Like, for my programs, it's all about bringing out the best in you, but also knowing that whatever you say, whatever you do, there's never going to be a judgment. We are going to support you 100% every single step of the way. And luckily, that has resulted in people having amazing growth in their businesses, amazing growth in themselves personally, but amazing growth in their confidence and their ability to actually turn around and go, do you know what, when I started Mastermind, I probably wasn't taking my business as seriously as I should have, or I probably wasn't going all in, or I was definitely holding back. And I've been guilty of that myself. But being part of this community and this group and having that someone guiding us through and facilitating a safe space actually that has allowed me to step into who I truly know that I can be. And sometimes that's really scary, isn't it? To say, do you know what? I think I'm born for something greater than what I'm doing at the moment. Or I know that I can deliver this really well. And I know that I can help people. I know that I can have an impact on the world, because most people look at you and go, okay, then sit down. You're arrogant. But with us, we're like, yes, like that's what we love and that's what we bring out. Like we can all make an impact in the world in very different ways. But it's about having that group behind you to be able to give you the confidence and give you the tools to be able to do that, I think.
And there's no better feeling than following your heart, doing something, really going for something, and then having people there that you love and trust cheering you on, like literally cheering you on and being so happy for you. And on the flip side of that, I feel privileged to be part of other people's business journeys. So, the other women in the mastermind that I see succeeding, and I think, I had a little bit of help that, because I've seen the idea come to, fruition, and we've talked through it and we've helped each other. So even on the flip side, like it makes me feel privileged to be part of that, and like proud as well, to be part of that, not just for my own business, but for others as well.
Yeah,
you can't, it's just a feeling. It's a feeling.
It is. And I think, Helen, lovely to have you on, Helen. Providing that safe is so critical. And it's true, like we're launching a new mastermind group this week, which is super exciting, both in person. We're launching another one in person, and we're launching a new mastermind group online too. So people that not necessarily are local to Peterborough or can travel to Peterborough, they actually do have the option to feel be a part of a mastermind group no matter where they are in the country or the world, and that's something that I haven't really done before, but I feel like after the last 18 months it's something that a lot of people need. And I actually haven't launched anything for the last year. So it goes back to what you were saying earlier, is that Jo wouldn't do anything that doesn't feel right for her. And for me, the last year has been working with my existing people. I haven't gone out there looking for new clients. And it's all about, for me, looking after the community and the people that have invested in me before, making sure that they're getting through the last 18 months without hopefully as much stress as they could do if they were on their own. So the fact that we're launching this mastermind, and it's so funny because we could talk about the features of these masterminds, which is if it's in person, you come for a whole day, you get breakfast, you get lunch, and you get a hot seat. So you get time to sit and work on your own business with everybody else helping you. But for me, that's not what mastermind is about. It's about creating that safe space, because that is what is critical. And Helen just kind of sums that up in a sentence. So what would you say to somebody who maybe has been in business for a while, is feeling like they're at the cusp of maybe the next level, or they're trying to get to the next level, but they're not quite reaching it, or they feel isolated, or they don't know where to turn to for business support or the support for themselves as a business owner? What would you say what would you recommend for them to do?
Join your mastermind. Hello. No, but I think anybody who has been a part of a community, even if it's like a Facebook community or something local to them or whatever, everybody understands the feeling of being part of something, being part of a community. When you have that in a small space, so like you say, you keep your group small, we all know each other. So I would not be where I am if it wasn't for all of you. That's why I'm saying mastermind, to me, I wasn't even sure what it was really when I first joined, but I knew that what I was getting in networking with a lot of people in a room, or the conversation I was having with you one-to-one, that was amazing in itself. So therefore, okay, so what can I do now? And obviously we had a chat, and you explained mastermind to me. You explained the other women that were in there and how you thought that would be a good fit. You talked to me all about it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go for it. It was literally the best decision I've ever made, because like I said, I wouldn't be here otherwise. And I think sometimes when you're at that point of growth, and growth is sometimes uncomfortable and it's scary, and especially if your friends aren't entrepreneurs or they're not in business, you know, my mum is like my biggest cheerleader. She will tell me to go for it, but she won't know the intricacies of it. And so sometimes I think when you're at that level and it's uncomfortable and it's scary, what is better than having some people there to hold your hand, to literally hold you through it, and then cheer for you when you're getting through the other side. There's nothing like it. There is nothing like it. Nothing like my mastermind group. I love you.
I know. It's amazing. And do you know what? People now look at us, and I think people think, like, for example, Hannah and Nikki and Rosie, and we have all become such amazing friends. And sometimes I worry that people think that they say nice things about Mastermind because they're my friends, but actually it's almost like the other way around. They came in as clients and now they've become friends. Like, we go on holiday together, we celebrate birthdays together, there's like, we go away for weekends together because we become so bonded. Like, I have my friends outside of the business world and I love them and I adore them, but I equally love going away with you guys than I do spending time with them, because it's just amazing, and it's always positive, it's always fun, and it's productive. So yeah, I think sometimes people feel like, oh, are their friends promoting Jo? And I'm like, no, they were clients, they've become friends. So just to make that clear.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and like you say, the bonds that are made with the girls, and the things we do together, you can't put it on paper. You can't put it into words. It is just really special, and I'm very, very grateful. I really am.
Amazing. Right, Amy, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, go get to the airport. Woo!
I know Amy's going away without me this week, and I'm really not very happy about it, clearly. But she's going to bring the sunshine back for us, which is all we can hope for after a day like today. Outside. Have a lovely week away. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, Amy. And I really can't wait to see what the next 18 months and beyond has in store for you. And I know that whatever you do, you're going to do it with love and with passion. So I cannot wait. Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone who's joined us. If you have any questions, then please do put them in the comments or reach out. I'm sure myself or Amy would be happy to answer them. Thanks then. Bye.